The misguided jury thought prisoner 089-3407 was failed by society. To be clear, the system, schools, mental health professionals, law enforcement, and now the justice system failed my daughter Gina, her classmates, and her teachers, which he chose to murder.
Well, you hear it there. Families of Parkland shooting victims speaking to the man who killed their loved ones.
You just heard from Tony Montalto. His daughter, Gina, was killed. She was just 14 years old at the time. Tony's also the president of Stand With Parkland, the National Association of Families for Safe Schools, and he's with us now. I see a photograph of your beautiful daughter there behind you. Tony, thank you very much for coming on today. If you could tell us what it was like to testify yesterday.
Well, it was the first time the families of the victims were able to address the court without the guardrails that were on us previously. We could not speak about the sentence we thought the killer deserved. We could not speak about the system that was, quite frankly, biased against the victims. Such a clear point as not allowing the victim impact statements that the families gave, as we had a chance to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. The jury was told to ignore those statements. That is implicitly biased against the victims.
Being there, Tony, in front of your daughter's killer, Nicholas Cruz, being able to be feet away from this man, can you share with the viewers what that was like, that moment in time?
Well, it's enraging to see him free, to see him sitting in the courtroom. Hopefully today will be the last time he sees life outside of a prison. We are disappointed with the verdict. We think he should have been punished to the fullest extent of the law. As I mentioned yesterday, what kind of signal did this jury's verdict send to our nation's students and teachers to find a mitigator, which is just another fancy word for an excuse, to justify the murder of students and teachers? Being near him is certainly an experience that raises your blood pressure.
Right. And you heard from a number of other parents who'd lost their children during his horrific attack. What's it been like to connect with family members who also lost their sons and daughters that day?
Well, it's not only sons and daughters, there were husbands and fathers taken as well. And our group of families, while nobody wanted to be in this position, we are fortunate to have the others to lean on. We know that all 17 families that lost someone that day understand the loss, the anger, the sense of systemic failure, which led to my beautiful daughter, Gina, her 13 classmates and 3 teachers being murdered at their school.
Tony, can we talk about Gina for a moment, just to let the viewers know your daughter, who your daughter was? We were looking at these photos. Seems like she obviously had just a very joyful heart about her, at least looking at her photos here, loves her family. It seems like she was involved in school, and I'm sure she had a bright future. Can you talk to us about that?
Sure. Always a pleasure to talk about Gina. She was a straight A student. She was a wonderful daughter, loving big sister. She was an instant friend to most. She reached out to others to make them feel welcome. She was a Girl Scout, active in our local church, and a member of the school's color guard team. You know, she was being raised and on a path to go out and change the world. And what we've done is create a foundation to honor her, the Gina Montalto Memorial Foundation, to help keep her light shining by helping others achieve their goals. And additionally, many of the families that lost someone still support Stand With Parkland, the National Association of Families for Safe Schools, as we work to cement the legacy of those that were taken from us those positive people who were much more than just victims. That's why we do this, to protect other students and teachers. But Gina was fantastic, fun-loving, and every day we miss her with all our heart.
Yeah, we've got the Memorial Foundation link on the screen right now. Tony, thank you so much for coming on, speaking about your daughter today. We really do appreciate your time.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.